What's up, everyone? Josh Baker here. Let me introduce you our guest today, Nicole Mathew, competing in our women's main event on August 20th against Catherine Egan. Welcome, Nicole.
Hello, hello.
Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Super pumped for your matchup. I know it's a nice little rematch with one of a couple we have on the card today. Let's just start with what made you want to compete for HCS?
Sure. So I've seen you guys around. I'm a very active competitor and I have yet to make my debut on the card with you guys. So I thought it's a great opportunity and I really wanted this rematch. So I'm super excited for it.
Awesome. Yeah, we love getting as many people as we can into coming to the circle. A little different rules, a little different atmosphere. The house party of grappling is what we're going with. I'm super pumped to get you in. I mean, you are super competitive, like you were just saying. What was the most recent competition you've done, and how's 2022 treating you so far?
Sure. So my most recent competition was last weekend. I was on Toro Cup. I had my first super fight against a black belt. She has been a black belt for a year, and I submitted her, which is awesome. And then I had a super fight the weekend before as well, and I won that one as well. So 2022 has been really good for me. When it comes to super fights, I'm undefeated, and I compete about 2 times a month. So far this year, I lost to Nat Habero at the West Coast Trials via points. And I mean, she's like a legend, right? So no problem.
That loss at all, right?
I am not upset about that. I was excited just to have a match with her, you know. And then I gi worlds, I accidentally DQ'd myself because I reaped. But I'm a no-gi player. I can't help myself.
Yeah. Gi gets in the way. You don't do no-gi matches. It's okay.
Dumb. Who needs it?
It's pajamas. Well, that's awesome. So very active competitor. And like we said, this is a rematch for you. When was the last time you went against Katie?
Sure. So we went against each other about a year ago, actually. I think, a year ago, because I think we competed in August, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll be literally right about a year.
Nice. All right. Well, got a nice gap going on between. So Katie came off being the first main event for us. Very impressive win. She's looking good. I'm sure you've added whatever you needed to add to close that gap. It's going to be a very exciting matchup. But I noticed that Jiu-Jitsu is not the only thing you do, right? You have a life outside of Jiu-Jitsu. How are you able to balance all of that and stay as competitive as you are? I mean, 2 times a month is a lot. I have a full team here, and keeping people active, it's tough. A lot of people just want those breaks, especially when the outside life gets involved.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, I don't just do Jiu-Jitsu, right? Like, I'm also very heavily into wrestling. I've been wrestling for about a year. I lift, I do yoga, I do it all. But I also have a full-time career, and my boyfriend just opened up a jiu-jitsu school in January, and we live together. So basically I opened up a jiu-jitsu school, you know, and that's just, that's the reality of when you're partnered with a business. And it's been definitely a lot, but for me, I think the way that I look at jiu-jitsu and the way that a lot of people in the corporate world could look at jiu-jitsu if they are open to it and interested in reaching in that high level is you apply the same principles that you do in your professional life to something like this, you know, when maintaining one, like a constant learning, but being very open, always utilizing your time. Well, time management is super, super important in our lives. And my boyfriend, Chris, has a full-time job, and now he has the school, and he's trying to do it all, and we're doing it all together. So it's tough, but it's doable, and it will make it tougher. I mean, that being said, you don't have any free time.
No, any free time is a time wasted. You gotta do something.
Yeah.
So, that's awesome. And what school is the one your boyfriend owns?
Sure. So we just opened up a Method Jiu-Jitsu. It's in South Plainfield, New Jersey. It's been an absolutely amazing ride so far. Since January, the school has really grown exponentially. We have a lot of purple and brown belts, you know, and Chris, I mean, my training partners are absolute monsters. And South Plainfield is a huge wrestling town.
Huge wrestling town. I was an ass.
Yeah. So all of our white belts were wrestlers. Like most of our white belts are wrestlers. So these are not like your standard white belts. And it's been amazing for me because, you know, I picked up wrestling a year ago and I'm able to wrestle with real wrestlers every day. And I do stand-up rounds with them every day. And they give me feedback constantly. And I can't wait to see what they're going to do competitively because I would hate to be the white belt that goes against them. That's for sure.
I'll let you know from firsthand experience, I am the Old Bridge wrestling coach. So I'm an assistant coach on it. So we wrestle South Plainfield every year. They're in our county and all that. I came up as a wrestler and I wrestle for Jackson Memorial. So we always kind of go and there's a bunch of killers in there. And wrestling comes in a big thing for our HCS rule set. We do wrestle, we do Jujitsu in the wrestling circle with the out of bounds reset. So it is going to be interesting. And especially with our overtimes, we'll see how that stand-up's going because a clean takedown takes it in that ADCC round. And also a big difference is there's a wall, right? There's a wall inside the one half of the circle where that is inbounds. So I'm kind of excited to see what the South Plainfield Tigers have shown you going on in there.
I mean, it's crazy. So I started training, I started learning wrestling at Edge in Hoboken. And so I still train there. So I train at Edge and then I train with my training partners at Method. And it's changed like my jujitsu entirely, you know, to the point of where now people who roll with me think that I was a wrestler first and picked up jujitsu after. Like it completely changed. And I can see why people love to do it. It's super addicting for sure.
Oh, yeah. You're talking to someone that's been wrestling since he's 8 years old.
Yeah. Although the burnout seems to be real. I feel like you guys, if you've been wrestling your whole life, by the time you reach like a certain age, you're like, I never want to look at it again.
Nah, but that's when I found jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Take it down, you know, take the pace a little down. All right, I can wrestle when I want to, but we want to sit on her butt? Okay, we'll sit on her butt. Yeah. But that's awesome. I mean, high training. So let's just get down to it. How do you think this match is going to go around? With you're going to be different rule set a little bit, different venue, in a whole other year, right? You've had all these matches underneath your belt. What can we expect come August 20th?
Sure. Yeah, I have a lot of respect for Kate's Jiu-Jitsu. She's super flexible, which is going to be interesting. But I've never been more powerful. I've never been more mobile, and I've never been as technical. I think with like the combination of wrestling, jiu-jitsu, lifting, and yoga that I religiously stick to, I'm super consistent with it. My growth in the last year is almost untouchable. And our last match was razor thin decision. Like I actually thought I had it. So did my coach. We were more shocked than anything, and she did great. You know, I don't think that you're going to see that kind of match now, though.
All right.
Like again, all respect to her. I just don't.
Fair.
Yeah, I just don't think you're going to see that kind of match now.
That's what we want to see, right? There's rematches on this card. We've been talking to people. We have the team duels, so the energy is going to be high. Man, I'm excited. Is there anything else you want to talk about? Say anything? The platform is yours. We're 2 weeks out from showtime, and that's it.
Yeah. I would say for all the women that are going to be watching this card, right, and then that see someone like myself and see someone like Kate who is higher level and we compete at a higher level, just know that like we were in your shoes at the same time. When I was a white belt, I had a herniated disc in my neck a few years before. Like I couldn't even invert for the first 6 months. I didn't really start winning any matches until a year in, and it's really tough, and it can be sort of defeating at many times. But if you put your head down and you just keep believing in yourself and you keep working on your technique and you just focus on the little things add up every day, and you can be better than us, right? And it's just about continuing and being super consistent. So just know that we all started in your shoes and you can absolutely do great things.
That's awesome. It's exactly what we need, right? We need pioneers in the sports, and that's what it is. Competitors like you staying active, you're going to be the wave of people they're looking up to. And I'm happy to do as much as we can for the women in BJJ. We're going to be hosting an all-female card in October. We'll be announcing a date shortly. But everyone here, right? Everyone starts at the bottom. You got to keep on working, and you never know what sky's the limit. But it was great to talk to you today. Thank you for spending some time and competing on the card, especially, it's a tough spot. You compete twice a month. I'm very happy I was able to slide into one of those spots for you. We're excited to see you. Remember, everyone can check us out either here on our channel, August 20th, or catch us live at Zephyr Performance Training in Shrewsbury Plaza in Shrewsbury, New Jersey. Doors open at 2, first fight at 3, and we will always start when we say we will start. All right. Have a great day, Nicole. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, Josh.